What if the fragrant oils that perfumed the courts of kings and queens held a darker secret, a hidden recipe whispered only in the dead of night? What if the very process of their creation, rather than a craft, was a kind of alchemy, imbued with forgotten lore and potent magic? Tonight, we won't chase those shadowy whispers or unlock any forgotten formulas. Instead, we will find our peace in the slow, methodical, almost meditative work of the oil maker of the Middle Ages. We will explore the mundane, the repetitive, the often overlooked steps in their daily toil. From the gathering of blossoms at dawn to the careful tending of simmering pots, we'll uncover the surprisingly intricate world of medieval oil production. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to Snooze Stories for more calming content designed to help you drift off to sleep. Now, dim the lights. Imagine a small, dimly lit workshop, the air thick with the scent of lavender and rosemary. A lone figure, their face illuminated by the flickering glow of a nearby hearth, meticulously grinds seeds in a stone mortar. Outside, the sounds of a bustling medieval town slowly fade as the sun dips below the horizon. This is where our story begins. This is where our story begins not in the workshop, but much earlier, in the fields. Before the fragrant oil can fill the air, before even the first seed is crushed, there is the earth. Imagine a field bathed in the pale light of early spring. The ground, still damp from the winter's thaw, is dark and rich, almost black, ready to receive the gift of seed. Our oil maker, let's call him Thomas, stands at the edge of the field, his rough hands calloused from years of toil. He surveys the land, a knowing look in his eyes, judging the readiness of the soil. He takes a handful of earth, crumbling it between his fingers, feeling the texture, the moisture, the very essence of life contained within. For our Thomas, like most in his time, oil meant more than just a fragrant addition to a bath or a flickering lamp. It was sustenance, medicine, and a precious commodity, and the most common sources of this liquid gold were flax, olives, and walnuts. Today we'll focus on the flax, its delicate blue flowers soon to paint the field in a vibrant hue. Thomas chooses a plot that has been fallow through the winter, allowing the earth to replenish its strength. The first task is to prepare the land, a slow and laborious process. Imagine the rhythmic thud of the oxen's hooves as they pull the heavy wooden plow, turning over the earth, revealing the darker soil beneath. The air fills with the earthy scent of freshly tilled ground, a smell both ancient and comforting. The plow cuts through the soil, creating neat furrows, long, parallel lines that stretch across the field. Thomas guides the oxen with a gentle hand, his movements practiced and precise. He knows the importance of a well-plowed field, for it is the foundation upon which a successful harvest will be built. After plowing, the clods of earth are broken down further, using a harrow, a wooden frame with iron teeth dragged across the field. This creates a finer tilth, a bed perfectly suited for the tiny flax seeds. Imagine the rhythmic scraping of the harrow, a steady, almost hypnotic sound, echoing across the quiet countryside. The preparation of the field might seem like a simple task, yet it is filled with intricate details. Thomas carefully removes stones and weeds, ensuring a clean seed bed. He might even add manure or compost to enrich the soil, providing vital nutrients for the growing plants. This is a time of quiet contemplation, a communion with the earth, as Thomas prepares to entrust his seeds to its care. Now, with the field prepared, the sowing can begin. Flax seeds are small, smooth, and brown, almost resembling tiny pebbles. Thomas holds a handful of seeds, letting them run through his fingers, feeling their smooth coolness. He scatters them across the prepared earth, a gesture both practical and almost ritualistic. The sowing is done by hand, a slow and deliberate process. Imagine the gentle arc of the seeds as they leave Thomas's hand, falling onto the dark earth. He walks across the field, his steps measured and even, ensuring an even distribution of the seeds. This is a task that requires patience and precision, a deep understanding of the land and the needs of the growing plants. The seeds are not buried deep, just lightly covered with soil, as they need sunlight to germinate. Thomas might use a rake or a light harrow to cover the seeds, gently tucking them into their earthen bed. Once the sowing is complete, The long wait begins. The field is now left to the elements, to the gentle rain and the warming sun. Thomas can only watch and wait, tending to other tasks while the seeds slowly awaken. Imagine the quiet stillness of the field, the seeds hidden beneath the earth, slowly absorbing moisture, preparing to burst forth with life. The days turn into weeks, and the weeks into months. The field remains seemingly dormant, but beneath the surface, a silent transformation is taking place. The first sign of life is a subtle change in the color of the earth. A faint green tinge begins to appear, almost imperceptible at first, but growing stronger with each passing day. Then, tiny shoots emerge, pushing their way through the soil, reaching for the sunlight. Imagine the delicate green sprouts, fragile yet resilient, a testament to the power of life. The field is now a carpet of green, a vibrant contrast to the dark earth. Thomas walks through the field, inspecting the young plants, his heart filled with a quiet satisfaction. The flax plants continue to grow, their slender stems reaching skyward. The delicate blue flowers begin to appear, transforming the field into a sea of color. The air fills with the sweet, subtle fragrance of the flax blossoms, a delicate perfume carried on the gentle breeze. Imagine the gentle sway of the flax plants, their blue flowers dancing in the wind, a symphony of color and movement, a promise of the harvest to come. The sun bathes the field in its golden light, nurturing the growing plants. Bees buzz lazily among the blossoms, collecting nectar and pollen, their gentle hum adding to the peaceful atmosphere. Thomas watches over his field with a watchful eye, protecting the young plants from weeds and pests. He might use natural methods to deter unwanted visitors, such as planting herbs with strong scents or encouraging the presence of beneficial insects. This is a time of patient observation, a deep understanding of the delicate balance of nature. The days grow longer, and the sun climbs higher in the sky. The flax plants continue to mature, their stems thickening, their flowers giving way to seed pods. The field is now a tapestry of greens and browns, a testament to the slow, steady progress of nature. And so, the seeds are sown and the cycle continues, in the quiet rhythm of the medieval world, preparing for the next step in the long journey from field to fragrant oil. And so the seeds are sown and the cycle continues in the quiet rhythm of the medieval world, preparing for the next step in the long journey from field to fragrant oil. The tender flax seedlings, barely visible against the dark earth, now demand constant attention. Thomas rises with the sun, his day beginning with a visit to his precious flax field. He walks slowly, his eyes scanning the rows of delicate green shoots, searching for any signs of distress. Imagine the cool morning dew clinging to his rust-bitten tunic, the soft earth yielding beneath his worn leather boots. The air is still and quiet, filled only with the chirping of birds and the rustling of leaves. Weeding is a crucial task, a constant battle against unwanted intruders. Thistles, dandelions, and other persistent weeds compete with the flax for precious resources, sunlight, water, and nutrients from the soil. Thomas bends down, his fingers carefully plucking the weeds, ensuring not to disturb the fragile flax seedlings. Imagine the feel of the cool, moist earth between his fingers, the satisfying snap as a weed is pulled from its roots. This is slow, painstaking work, requiring patience and a keen eye. He moves methodically, row by row, clearing the earth around each delicate flax plant. Hours pass in this quiet communion with the earth, the rhythmic movements a soothing balm against the anxieties of the day. Watering is another essential task, particularly during dry spells. If rain is scarce, Thomas might carry water from a nearby well or stream, using buckets or a simple irrigation system. Imagine the creaking of the wooden bucket as it is drawn from the well, the splash of water as it soaks into the thirsty earth. He pours the water carefully, ensuring that the flax plants receive just the right amount, not too much, not too little. He knows that too much water can rot the roots, while too little will stunt their growth. This is a delicate balance, a testament to his understanding of the needs of the growing plants. Pest control is also a concern. Insects, birds, and other creatures are drawn to the tender young plants. Thomas might use natural methods to deter these unwanted visitors. He might plant herbs with strong scents around the edges of the field, like marigolds or rosemary. their pungent aroma creating a natural barrier. He might also encourage the presence of beneficial insects like ladybugs, which feed on aphids and other harmful pests. Imagine the vibrant colors of the marigolds against the green flax, the delicate scent of rosemary carried on the gentle breeze, the tiny ladybugs crawling among the leaves. These natural methods, passed down through generations, maintain the delicate balance of nature. As the flax plants grow taller and stronger, the weeding becomes less frequent. The sturdy stems are better able to compete with the weeds. Thomas now focuses on other tasks, such as thinning the plants to ensure that they have enough space to flourish. He carefully removes some of the plants, creating more room for the remaining ones to grow. This seemingly harsh act ensures a healthier and more abundant harvest. Imagine the careful selection of which plants to remove, a decision based on experience and intuition. He might use the thinned plants for other purposes, perhaps as animal fodder or for weaving into coarse linen. Nothing is wasted. Everything has a purpose. The weeks turn into months, and the flax plants continue to grow, their slender stems reaching skyward. The delicate blue flowers begin to appear, transforming the field into a sea of color. Imagine the vibrant blue of the flax blossoms against the deep green of the leaves, a tapestry of color woven across the field. The air fills with the sweet, subtle fragrance of the flax blossoms, a delicate perfume carried on the gentle breeze. This is a time of beauty and abundance, a promise of the harvest to come. Thomas walks through the field, his hand gently brushing against the flax stems, feeling their smooth coolness. He inspects the flowers, checking for signs of disease or pests. He listens to the gentle hum of bees as they flit among the blossoms, collecting nectar and pollen. This is a time of quiet observation, a deep connection to the natural world. He knows that the health of his flax plants depends on the delicate balance of nature, on the interplay of sun, rain, soil, and air. The sun bathes the field in its golden light, nurturing the growing plants. The days grow longer, and the flax plants continue to mature, their stems thickening, their flowers giving way to seed pods. The field is now a tapestry of greens and browns, a testament to the slow, steady progress of nature. The seed pods, small and round, are filled with the precious flax seeds, the culmination of months of patient labor. Imagine the gentle rattle of the seed pods as they dry in the sun, a subtle sound that signifies the approaching harvest. The field, once a sea of blue, is now tinged with gold and brown, the colors of ripening grain. The time of harvest is drawing near, a time of both anticipation and hard work. The flax plants have reached their full maturity, their life cycle nearing completion. The seeds are ready to be gathered, the culmination of months of careful tending. Thomas surveys his field, his heart filled with a quiet satisfaction. He knows that the success of his harvest depends on the meticulous care he has given to his flax plants, on the countless hours he has spent weeding, watering, and protecting them from pests. This is a time of reflection and gratitude, a recognition of the interconnectedness of life. The flax plants, nurtured by the earth, have in turn provided sustenance and livelihood for Thomas and his family. And so the cycle continues in the quiet rhythm of the medieval world, preparing for the next stage in the long journey from field to fragrant oil. The air is still and crisp in the early morning light. A faint mist hangs over the field, clinging to the flax plants like a delicate veil. The sun, a pale disk on the horizon, begins to cast long shadows across the dew-kissed landscape. This is the day of the harvest, a day of hard work and communal effort. Thomas stands at the edge of the field, taking a deep breath of the cool morning air, his eyes scanning the expanse of golden brown flax. He can almost hear the whisper of the dry seed pods, a subtle rustle that speaks of the abundance to come. The villagers begin to arrive, their voices hushed in the early morning quiet. They carry sickles, their blades gleaming in the nascent sunlight. These simple tools, honed to sharpness, are essential for the harvest. Imagine the smooth curve of the blade, the cool touch of the metal against the palm. These tools, passed down through generations, are extensions of their hands, familiar and well-loved. The harvest begins, The rhythmic swish of the sickles cutting through the dry flax stems fills the air, a steady, repetitive sound hypnotic in its monotony. Imagine the gentle sway of the flax plants as the sickles slice through their stems, the soft thud as they fall to the ground. This is a dance of nature and human effort, a timeless ritual played out in the heart of the medieval countryside. Each swing of the sickle is a precise movement, a testament to years of experience. The harvesters work in unison, their movements synchronized, their bodies bending and rising in a slow, steady rhythm. The cut flax is gathered into bundles, tied with twine made from the same plant the previous year. Imagine the rough texture of the twine against their calloused hands, the satisfying tug as they secure the bundles. Each bundle is a small contribution to the larger harvest, a testament to the collective effort of the community. The air fills with the scent of dried flax, a slightly sweet, earthy aroma that mingles with the fresh morning air. This is the smell of harvest, the smell of hard work and anticipation. The sun climbs higher in the sky, its warmth chasing away the morning chill. The harvesters continue their work, their movements becoming more fluid, more automatic. The rhythmic swish of the sickles, the gentle rustling of the flax, the quiet murmur of voices. These sounds create a soothing symphony of labor. Imagine the warmth of the sun on their faces, the gentle breeze carrying the scent of dried flax, the satisfying ache in their muscles. This is the rhythm of the medieval world, a slow, deliberate pace dictated by the seasons and the cycles of nature. Children run through the field, gathering stray stems and playing amongst the bundles of flax. Their laughter echoes across the field, a light-hearted counterpoint to the steady rhythm of the harvest. Imagine the bright colors of their clothes against the golden brown of the flax, the joyful sound of their voices filling the air. They too are part of the harvest, learning the ancient traditions and contributing to the communal effort. As the sun reaches its zenith, the harvesters pause for a midday meal. They gather in the shade of a nearby tree, sharing bread, cheese, and ale. This is a time for rest and camaraderie, a moment to replenish their energy and enjoy the fruits of their labor. Imagine the taste of the simple food, the cool refreshment of the ale, the shared laughter and conversation. This is a moment of community, a time to connect with one another and celebrate the abundance of the harvest. The afternoon sun casts long shadows across the field as the harvesters return to their work. The rhythmic swish of the sickles resumes, the steady, repetitive sound a lullaby to the weary muscles. Imagine the golden light of the late afternoon sun bathing the field in a warm glow, the long shadows stretching across the land. The air cools as the sun begins its descent, the scent of dried flax becoming more pronounced in the evening air. As the last rays of sunlight fade from the sky, the harvest is complete. The field, once a sea of golden brown, is now dotted with neat bundles of flax. The harvesters gather their tools and begin the journey back to the village, their bodies tired, but their spirits high. Imagine the quiet satisfaction in their hearts, the knowledge that they have played their part in the cycle of life. The bundles of flax, the fruits of their labor, will provide sustenance and livelihood for the community. The moon rises over the harvested field, casting a silvery light on the remaining stubble. The air is still and quiet, the only sound the gentle rustling of the wind through the empty field. This is a time of rest and reflection, a moment to appreciate the bounty of the earth and the enduring rhythm of the medieval world. The harvested flax, tied in neat bundles, lies waiting for the next stage in its long journey from field to fragrant oil. The air, still carrying the faint scent of dried flax, whispers a promise of warmth and light in the long winter months to come. The harvested flax, tied in neat bundles, lies waiting. Imagine the rough texture of the dried stalks, their golden brown hue a testament to the summer sun. The air, still carrying the faint scent of dried flax, whispers a promise of warmth and light in the long winter months to come. But before that promise can be fulfilled, much work remains. The flax must be prepared, transformed from rough bundles of dried stalks into the raw material for oil. This is a process of patience and precision, a slow, methodical journey that unfolds over days and weeks. The first step is the rippling. Imagine the steady, rhythmic motion of the rippling comb. a wooden frame fitted with iron teeth. The bundles of flax are drawn through these teeth, stripping away the seed pods from the stalks. The sound is a dry, rustling whisper, a counterpoint to the swish of the sickles in the field. Each pull is deliberate, ensuring that every seed pod is removed, leaving behind the smooth, slender stalks. The seeds, precious in their own right, are collected carefully, destined for use as food or for sowing next year's crop. Picture the small brown seeds cascading into a waiting basket, a tiny avalanche of potential. Next comes the retting. This is a process of controlled decomposition, a delicate dance between nature and human intervention. The flax stalks are submerged in water, either in a slow-moving stream or a specially dug pit. Imagine the quiet stillness of the retting pool, the flax stalks slowly sinking beneath the surface. The water, murky and still, begins its work, breaking down the pectin that binds the fibers within the stalks. This is a slow process, taking several days or even weeks depending on the temperature of the water. The air around the retting pool takes on a distinctive, slightly pungent aroma, a testament to the invisible work of bacteria and microorganisms. Each day the flax is checked, the stalks gently prodded to assess their progress. This is a task that requires experience and intuition, knowing precisely when the retting process is complete. Once the retting is finished, the flax is carefully removed from the water. Imagine the dripping stalks, heavy with moisture, being spread out on the grass to dry. This is another slow, deliberate process, requiring days of sunshine and gentle breezes. The flax must be turned regularly, ensuring that each stalk dries evenly. Picture the methodical movements of the workers, their hands carefully spreading the flax across the grass, turning it over and over again. The sun, a constant presence throughout the process, bleaches the flax to a pale, silvery hue. The air, now filled with the sweet grassy scent of drying hay, mingles with the lingering aroma of the retting process. The dried flax stalks, now brittle and straw-like, are ready for the next stage, breaking. Imagine the rhythmic thud of the wooden brake, a heavy instrument used to crush the woody core of the flax stalks. The sound echoes through the air, a steady, repetitive beat that marks the progress of the work. Each stroke of the brake is precise, breaking the woody core without damaging the valuable fibers within. This is a task that requires strength and skill, the ability to judge the precise amount of force needed to break the core without crushing the fibers. The broken flax stalks are then scutched, a process of scraping away the remaining woody fragments. Imagine the scraping sound of the scutching knife, a sharp blade drawn across the flax stalks. This is a delicate operation, requiring a steady hand and a keen eye. The woody fragments, known as shives, fall away, leaving behind the long, silky flax fibers. Picture the shimmering fibers, now separated from the woody core, their pale, silvery color catching the light. Finally, the flax fibers are heckled. This involves drawing the fibers through a series of progressively finer combs, aligning them and removing any remaining impurities. Imagine the gentle whisper of the flax fibers as they are drawn through the heckling combs. This is a meticulous process, requiring patience and attention to detail. Each comb removes finer and finer impurities, leaving behind the long, smooth, and lustrous flax fibers, ready for spinning into thread. The air in the work area is filled with the fine dust of the shives, a testament to the meticulous work that has been carried out. The scent of dried flax, now fainter but still present, mingles with the dusty air, creating a unique aroma that speaks of the long journey from field to fiber. The prepared flax, now a soft, shimmering mass of fibers, is the culmination of weeks of patient labor, a testament to the skill and dedication of the medieval oil maker. Each step in the process, from the harvesting of the flax to the final heckling, has been carried out with meticulous care, ensuring that the resulting fibers are of the highest quality. These fibers, now ready for spinning, hold the promise of warmth and light, a promise that will be fulfilled in the long winter months to come. The rhythmic sounds of the rippling comb, the breaking brake, the scutching knife, and the heckling combs have faded into the quiet of the evening. The air, still carrying the faint scent of flax and dust, settles into a stillness that invites rest and repose. The prepared flax, A cloud of silken fibers rests patiently, awaiting the next stage in its transformation. This next step, the crushing and grinding, is a crucial one, the gateway to releasing the precious oil within. Imagine the soft rustle of the flax fibers as they are gathered and placed into shallow baskets. These baskets, woven from willow or reeds, are light and easily carried, allowing the oil maker to move freely about the workspace. The air, still carrying the faint scent of flax and dust, now takes on a new aroma, earthy and slightly sweet. This is the scent of the stones, the heavy grinding stones that will be used to crush the flax seeds. These stones, large and circular, are the heart of the oil-making process. Imagine their rough, cool surfaces, worn smooth over years of use. They stand silently, patiently, waiting to perform their ancient task. The flax seeds, carefully separated from the fibers, are spread evenly across the surface of the lower stone. This lower stone, called the bedstone, remains stationary. The upper stone, the runner stone, is carefully positioned on top. This runner stone, slightly smaller than the bedstone, is attached to a central post. Imagine the slow, deliberate movements of the oil maker as they position the heavy runner stone. This is a task that requires strength and precision, ensuring that the stone sits perfectly balanced. Now the grinding begins. The runner stone is slowly rotated, driven by hand or in some cases by animal power. Imagine the low rumble of the stone against stone, a deep resonant sound that vibrates through the air. This is a slow, rhythmic process, the stone grinding the flax seeds with a steady, deliberate motion. The sound, almost hypnotic in its regularity, fills the workspace, a constant reminder of the work being done. Picture the oil maker, their movements slow and methodical, their hands guiding the runner's stone. This is a task that requires patience and endurance, the ability to maintain a steady rhythm for an extended period. The air within the workspace becomes thick with the aroma of crushed flax seeds, a rich, nutty scent that mingles with the earthy smell of the stones. As the stone grinds, the flax seeds are slowly crushed, releasing their precious oil. Imagine the fine, golden oil slowly seeping from the crushed seeds, pooling on the surface of the bedstone. This is a gradual process, the oil emerging drop by drop, a testament to the slow, deliberate work of the grinding stones. The rhythmic grinding continues, the sound a constant presence in the workspace. The oil maker, their movement steady and unwavering, continues to guide the runner stone. The air, now heavy with the scent of crushed flax seeds and oil, becomes almost palpable, a thick, fragrant cloud that hangs in the air. After a considerable time, the grinding is complete. The runner's stone is carefully lifted, revealing the bedstone below. Imagine the bedstone, now covered with a thick paste of crushed flax seeds and oil. This paste, known as meal, is the culmination of the crushing and grinding process. The meal is carefully scraped from the surface of the bedstone, gathered into shallow bowls. Imagine the soft scraping sound of the wooden spatula against the stone, a gentle counterpoint to the rhythmic grinding that has just finished. The meal, a rich, oily mixture, is now ready for the next stage in the oil-making process. The grinding stones, now silent and still, stand as a testament to the labor that has just been completed. Their surfaces, worn smooth by centuries of use, bear witness to the countless generations of oil makers who have relied on them. The air, still thick with the aroma of crushed flax seeds and oil, slowly begins to clear, leaving behind a faint, lingering scent that speaks of the work that has been done. The rhythmic grinding, now a memory, echoes softly in the stillness of the workspace. The gathered meal, resting in shallow bowls, awaits the next stage in its transformation. This next step, the pressing, will be the culmination of the oil maker's efforts, the moment when the precious oil is finally extracted. The anticipation hangs heavy in the air, a palpable sense of expectation as the day draws to a close. The slow, methodical rhythm of the work has begun to lull the senses, a gentle prelude to the rest that await. The soft, earthy scents of flax, stone, and oil linger in the air, a comforting balm that invites relaxation and repose. The images of slow, deliberate movements, The rhythmic grinding of the stones and the rich golden oil slowly emerging from the crushed seeds all combine to create a sense of peace and tranquility, a gentle invitation to drift into slumber. The gathered meal, resting in shallow bowls, awaits the next stage in its transformation. This next stage, the pressing, will extract the precious oil. But before the pressing can begin, the meal must be heated. Imagine the oil maker carefully transferring the meal into shallow, earthenware pans. These pans, specifically designed for this purpose, are wide and shallow, allowing for even heating. Picture the oil maker's hands gently spreading the meal across the surface of the pan, ensuring an even layer. The meal, still warm from the grinding process, gives off a subtle, nutty aroma, a comforting scent that fills the workspace. Now the pans are carefully placed into the oven. Imagine the oven, a large, brick structure, its interior glowing with a soft, orange light. The heat within the oven, carefully regulated, radiates outwards, a gentle warmth that embraces the earthenware pans. These ovens, often wood-filled, are the heart of the heating process, providing the precise temperature control necessary for optimal oil extraction. Imagine the flickering flames within the oven, dancing and swaying, casting dancing shadows on the brick walls. The heat, slowly and evenly distributed, penetrates the meal, softening it and preparing it for the pressing. The air within the workspace becomes warmer, infused with the dry, earthy scent of the oven's heat. The oil maker monitors the temperature meticulously, ensuring that the meal is heated just enough but not too much. This is a delicate balance requiring experience and intuition. Too little heat and the oil will not flow freely. Too much heat and the oil may be scorched, ruining its flavor and quality. Imagine the oil maker's hand, hovering over the oven's opening, feeling the radiating heat. Their eyes, focused and attentive, watch the meal carefully, looking for subtle changes in its texture and color. The slow, steady rise in temperature is almost palpable, a gentle wave of warmth that permeates the workspace. After a precise amount of time, the pans are carefully removed from the oven. Imagine the oil maker, using thick cloths to protect their hands from the heat, gently lifting each pan from the oven. The heated meal, now darker in color and slightly more granular in texture, emits a richer, more intense aroma. The scent of heated flax seeds fills the workspace, a warm, inviting fragrance that mingles with the earthy smell of the oven. The oil maker carefully sets the pans aside, allowing them to cool slightly before the pressing begins. This brief cooling period allows the meal to reach the ideal temperature for oil extraction. Now the pressing process can begin. Imagine the press, a large, wooden structure, its heavy timbers worn smooth by years of use. This press, the culmination of the oil-making process, is the instrument that will finally extract the precious oil. The heated meal is carefully placed into woven bags, typically made from hemp or linen. These bags, strong and durable, are designed to contain the meal while allowing the oil to flow freely. Picture the oil maker, their hands working quickly and efficiently, filling the bags with the warm meal. The bags, now bulging with their contents, are carefully arranged within the press. The press operates on a simple but effective principle of pressure. A heavy wooden beam, or sometimes a large stone, is lowered onto the bags of meal, applying slow, steady pressure. Imagine the creaking of the wooden press as the beam is lowered, a slow, groaning sound that echoes through the workspace. The pressure, gradually increasing, forces the oil from the crushed flax seeds. Imagine the golden oil slowly seeping from the bags, trickling down the sides of the press. This is a slow, deliberate process, the oil emerging drop by drop, a testament to the patience and skill of the oil maker. The air within the workspace becomes thick with the rich, pungent aroma of flax oil, a warm, nutty scent that mingles with the earthy smell of the wooden press. The pressing continues for an extended period, the slow, steady pressure extracting every last drop of oil. The oil maker monitors the process carefully, adjusting the pressure as needed. This is a delicate balance requiring experience and intuition. Too much pressure, and the bags may burst, spilling the meal and hindering the oil flow. Too little pressure, and the oil extraction will be incomplete. Imagine the oil maker's hands, carefully adjusting the pressure beam, their movements slow and deliberate, Their eyes, focused and attentive, watch the flow of oil, ensuring a steady, consistent stream. The rhythmic creaking of the press, a slow, steady pulse, fills the workspace, a constant reminder of the work being done. As the pressing continues, the flow of oil gradually slows, until finally it ceases altogether. The pressure beam is carefully raised, revealing the compressed bags of meal. The bags, now flat and dry, are carefully removed from the press. The precious oil, collected in a container beneath the press, gleams in the soft light of the workspace. Imagine the oil, a rich, golden liquid, its surface shimmering and reflecting the light. This is the culmination of the oil maker's efforts, the reward for their patience and skill. The air, now heavy with the aroma of flax oil, is a testament to the work that has been completed. The slow, methodical rhythm of the pressing, now a memory, echoes softly in the stillness of the workspace. The golden oil, resting in its container, awaits its final destination. The pressing is complete. The golden oil resting in its container is far from finished. Though extracted, it still carries within it small particles of the flaxseed meal, impurities that cloud its clarity and could affect its longevity. The next stage, a crucial step in the oil-making process, is filtration and purification. Imagine the oil maker carefully transferring the freshly pressed oil from the collection container into a larger vessel, perhaps a ceramic crock or a wooden bucket. The oil, still warm from the pressing, flows slowly, a thick, viscous stream of liquid gold. The first stage of filtration often involves a coarse cloth, perhaps linen or hemp, much like the bags used in the pressing. Imagine the oil maker carefully draping the cloth over the mouth of another container, securing it tightly to prevent slippage. This cloth acts as a primary filter, catching the larger pieces of meal and debris. Picture the oil now being poured slowly and carefully onto the cloth. Listen to the gentle splash as it hits the fabric, the soft gurgling sound as it begins to seep through the weave. Imagine the oil maker's hands, steady and practiced, guiding the flow of oil, ensuring that it is evenly distributed across the cloth's surface. The oil, now somewhat clearer, drips slowly through the cloth, leaving behind a residue of dark brown meal. Imagine the slow, deliberate drip, drip, drip of the oil, each drop a tiny golden jewel falling into the waiting container below. This slow, rhythmic dripping, a gentle, hypnotic sound, fills the workspace, a quiet symphony of purification. This initial filtration removes the larger impurities, but smaller particles still remain suspended within the oil. For a finer filtration, the oil maker might employ a strainer, a finely woven mesh, typically made of brass or copper. Imagine the strainer, its intricate mesh gleaming in the soft light, its surface a network of tiny intersecting wires. Picture the oil maker carefully pouring the pre-filtered oil through the strainer, the fine mesh catching the smaller particles that escaped the cloth. Listen to the soft whispering sound of the oil passing through the metal mesh, a delicate, almost imperceptible whisper of purification. The oil, now significantly clearer, drips slowly into another container, its golden hue becoming more vibrant, more luminous. The strainer, now coated with a thin layer of meal, is a testament to its effectiveness, a visual representation of the impurities removed. Even after these two stages of filtration, some very fine particles might still remain, suspended within the oil. To achieve ultimate purity, the oil maker might employ a settling tank. Imagine a large, deep container, perhaps a ceramic vat or a wooden barrel, filled with the filtered oil. This container is left undisturbed for an extended period, perhaps several days or even weeks. During this time, the remaining particles, influenced by gravity, slowly settle to the bottom of the tank, forming a thin layer of sediment. Imagine the oil within the settling tank, perfectly still, undisturbed by any movement. The light filtering through the oil reveals the slow, gradual descent of the remaining particles, tiny specks of darkness drifting downwards, like dust motes in a sunbeam. This slow, almost imperceptible movement, a silent dance of purification, continues day after day, week after week, until finally the oil is completely clear. The oil maker, after the settling period, carefully siphons off the purified oil, leaving the sediment undisturbed at the bottom of the tank. Imagine the oil maker, their movements slow and deliberate, carefully guiding the siphon, drawing off the clear golden oil, leaving behind the dark sediment, a testament to the effectiveness of the settling process. The purified oil, now gleaming with a brilliant golden clarity, is finally ready for storage. Imagine the oil, now poured into clean containers, perhaps glass bottles or ceramic jars, its surface shimmering and reflecting the light. The air, filled with the rich, pure aroma of flax oil, is a testament to the oil maker's skill and patience. This slow, meticulous process, from the initial pressing to the final purification, has transformed the humble flax seeds into a precious commodity, a source of light, nourishment, and healing. The oil, now resting in its containers, is ready for its final destination, ready to be used in lamps, in kitchens, in workshops, and in homes. The slow, rhythmic sounds of the oil-making process, the creaking of the press, the dripping of the oil through cloth and strainer, the silent settling in the tank, now fade into memory, replaced by the quiet satisfaction of a task completed, a process fulfilled. The oil maker's work is done. The oil, now gleaming with a brilliant golden clarity, is ready to be stored, a treasure to be preserved. Imagine the oil maker carefully selecting the storage vessels. For smaller quantities, they might choose earthenware jars, their smooth, cool surfaces a perfect contrast to the warm golden oil within. Picture these jars, their shapes varying, some round and plump, others tall and slender, each one a testament to the potter's skill. Imagine the oil maker gently pouring the oil into these jars, the golden liquid flowing smoothly, filling each vessel to the brim. The soft, gurgling sound of the oil as it fills the jars, a quiet melody of abundance. For larger quantities, wooden barrels might be preferred. Imagine these barrels crafted from sturdy oak or chestnut, their staves tightly bound with iron hoops. The wood, still bearing the faint scent of the forest, adds a subtle, earthy note to the rich aroma of the oil. Picture the oil maker carefully filling these barrels, the golden oil reflecting the dim light of the storage room, the rhythmic thud of the oil against the wooden bottom of the barrel, a slow, steady beat echoing in the stillness. Each barrel, carefully sealed with a wooden bung, becomes a miniature treasure chest, holding within it the precious liquid gold. The choice of storage location is crucial for preserving the oil's quality. Imagine a cool, dark cellar, its stone walls thick and insulating, protecting the oil from the fluctuating temperatures of the outside world. The air within the cellar, cool and damp, carries the earthy scent of the stone and the faint, sweet aroma of the stored oil. Picture the rows of jars and barrels, arranged neatly on wooden shelves, their surfaces catching the faint glimmer of light filtering through a small, high window. The silence within the cellar, broken only by the occasional drip of water, creates an atmosphere of tranquility, a sense of time slowed down, almost suspended. Darkness is essential for preserving the oil's vibrant color and delicate flavor. Light, especially direct sunlight, can cause the oil to oxidize, leading to rancidity and a loss of its precious nutrients. The darkness of the cellar, a protective embrace, shields the oil from the harmful rays of the sun, preserving its golden hue and its delicate aroma. Imagine the oil resting in the darkness, its golden depths undisturbed, its purity maintained by the cool, stable environment. Temperature also plays a vital role. Excessive heat can degrade the oil, while extreme cold can cause it to solidify. The cool, stable temperature of the cellar, a constant, gentle caress, maintains the oil in its ideal state, preserving its fluidity and its delicate balance of flavors. Imagine the oil, held within the cool embrace of the cellar, its molecules moving slowly, gracefully, undisturbed by the extremes of temperature. Time, in the cool, dark cellar, flows differently. It's not the hurried, frenetic time of the outside world, but a slow, gentle passage, marked by the gradual changes in the oil itself. Imagine the oil maker periodically checking the stored oil, their movements slow and deliberate, their senses attuned to the subtle changes in aroma and texture. The gentle clinking of glass as a jar is lifted from the shelf, the soft creak of wood as a barrel is inspected, these sounds punctuate the stillness of the cellar, marking the slow passage of time. Over time, a thin layer of sediment might settle at the bottom of the containers. This is a natural process, a slow, silent precipitation of the remaining microscopic particles. Imagine the oil maker carefully decanting the oil, their movements precise and gentle, separating the clear, golden oil from the thin layer of sediment. The slow, steady pour of the oil, a golden stream flowing from one container to another, a testament to the oil maker's patience and care. The stored oil, a testament to the oil maker's skill and dedication, is a valuable resource, used sparingly and with respect. Imagine the oil maker carefully measuring out the oil, their movements precise and economical, ensuring that not a single drop is wasted. The soft clinking of the metal measure against the glass jar, a quiet reminder of the oil's preciousness. The oil, now ready for use, brings light to homes, flavor to food, and healing to wounds. Imagine the soft glow of an oil lamp, fueled by the carefully stored oil illuminating a darkened room, casting dancing shadows on the walls. The gentle flickering of the flame, a mesmerizing dance of light and shadow, a testament to the oil's power to illuminate. Imagine the rich, nutty flavor of the oil enhancing the taste of simple dishes, adding a touch of luxury to everyday meals. The subtle aroma of the oil permeating the air, a sensory reminder of the oil maker's meticulous work. Imagine the soothing touch of the oil, applied to a wound or a sore muscle, its healing properties bringing relief and comfort. The cool, smooth feel of the oil against the skin, a gentle balm, a testament to the oil's power to heal. The oil, from the humble flaxseed to the carefully stored treasure, represents more than just a source of light, nourishment, and healing. It represents the slow, deliberate rhythm of life in the Middle Ages, a time when patience and careful observation were essential for survival. The oil, stored in the cool, dark cellar, is a silent witness to the passage of time, a reminder of the enduring power of human ingenuity and the quiet satisfaction of a task well done. The oil, patiently waiting in the darkness, is a promise of light, a source of sustenance, a symbol of hope. The oil, patiently waiting in the darkness, is a promise of light, a source of sustenance, a symbol of hope. And now, brought forth from its cool sanctuary, it finds its purpose in the myriad activities of daily medieval life. Imagine a simple peasant's dwelling, the air thick with the aroma of wood smoke and the earthy scent of damp clay. A single oil lamp, perched on a rough-hewn table, casts a warm, flickering glow, pushing back the encroaching darkness. The oil within, drawn slowly up the wick, burns with a soft, steady flame, illuminating the faces gathered around, their features softened by the gentle light. This humble light, fueled by the carefully crafted oil, is more than just illumination. It's a beacon against the night, a symbol of warmth and security. Imagine the family gathered around the lamp, their faces bathed in the soft glow, their shadows dancing on the rough-hewn walls, the gentle crackling of the flame, a soothing sound, a constant presence in the quiet of the evening. Beyond the humble home, the oil finds its way into grander settings. Picture a vast cathedral, its soaring arches reaching towards the heavens. The air, heavy with incense and the murmur of prayers, is illuminated by rows of oil lamps hanging from ornate chains. The flames flicker and dance, casting an ethereal glow on the stained glass windows, transforming them into vibrant mosaics of color. The oil, burning brightly in the sacred space, elevates the spiritual atmosphere, creating a sense of awe and reverence. Imagine the soft glow of the lamps, illuminating the intricate details of the carvings and sculptures, highlighting the rich colors of the painted murals. The gentle flickering of the flames, a silent chorus, adding to the solemnity of the sacred space. But the oil's purpose extends beyond illumination. In the bustling marketplace, the aroma of frying foods mingles with the cries of vendors and the chatter of the crowd. Imagine a stall piled high with freshly baked bread, its crust glistening with a sheen of oil. The oil, used sparingly but effectively, adds a richness and flavor to the simple dough, transforming it into a nourishing and satisfying meal. Imagine the warm, crusty bread, its aroma filling the air, its taste enhanced by the subtle flavor of the oil, the satisfying crunch of the crust, a sensory delight, a testament to the oil's ability to transform simple ingredients into culinary treasures. In the kitchens of castles and manors, the oil is a prized ingredient, used to enhance the flavors of elaborate dish prepared for feasts and celebrations. Imagine a roasted fowl, its skin glistening with oil, its aroma filling the great hall. The oil, infused with herbs and spices, adds a layer of complexity to the dish, elevating it from simple sustenance to a culinary masterpiece. Imagine the rich, savory flavors of the roasted meat, the subtle hints of herbs and spices, the smooth, velvety texture of the oil-infused gravy, the satisfying crunch of the crackling skin, a sensory symphony, a testament to the oil's ability to transform ordinary ingredients into culinary delights. Beyond the culinary realm, the oil finds its purpose in the realm of healing. In the quiet stillness of a monastery's infirmary, a monk carefully applies oil to a wound, its soothing properties bringing relief to the injured. Imagine the cool, smooth feel of the oil against the skin, its gentle touch calming the inflammation, promoting healing. The subtle aroma of the oil, a calming fragrance, a promise of relief and recovery. The oil, a natural balm, a testament to the healing power of nature, a source of comfort in times of pain and suffering. And in the hushed reverence of religious ceremonies, the oil takes on a sacred significance. Picture a priest anointing a newborn with oil, a symbol of blessing and protection. The oil, consecrated and imbued with spiritual meaning, represents a connection to the divine, a promise of spiritual guidance and protection. Imagine the gentle touch of the oil on the baby's forehead, a symbol of purity and innocence, a blessing for a long and healthy life. The subtle aroma of the oil, a sacred fragrance, a reminder of the divine presence in everyday life. The oil, in its many forms and applications, is woven into the very fabric of medieval life. It illuminates homes, flavors food, heals wounds, and sanctifies rituals. It is a testament to human ingenuity, a symbol of resourcefulness and resilience. As the last rays of the setting sun fade from the sky and the gentle embrace of sleep descends, remember the oil, the silent witness to the passage of time, the quiet promise of light and sustenance, the enduring symbol of hope in the heart of the Middle Ages. Now, breathe deeply, let your eyelids grow heavy, and drift off to sleep, cradled by the gentle rhythm of the past, the soft glow of the oil lamp fading into the darkness, the quiet hum of history lulling you into a peaceful slumber.